Guten Abend, people! And welcome to another stream! Yes, because see, the thing is that I have about 3 hours, well, not actually 3 hours, I think it's more like 4.5 hours or so, but it all comes out to be 3 parts of footage, of Daggerfall. And that's pretty good. That's a lot of footage that will be good during the next week, and we couldn't stop it there. However, I'm actually liking the formula I started doing last week, whereby I got a lot of footage, to the point about it that really it kind of covered almost the entire week. I was just able to kind of upload Daggerfall footage throughout the entire thing, and when I kind of had a free moment or so and didn't really have something to do, I just upload some Doom stuff in there. So it kind of all worked together in a really weird, odd way to make a lot of things thrown together in a much better format, so you guys had a lot more stuff. Instead of these weird periods where I probably would like be around and gone and back, and yeah, it makes a mess. So therefore, I've decided, let's get some more Daggerfall footage. So here we are again! Okay, so last time around, the way I'm going to be uploading these is probably just going to be continuing in the next part, but the last time around, because this is another stream, is that we managed to get a horse, of all things. I really don't know why on earth we have a horse, but it gives us slightly faster movability. I am seeing that I was able to kind of get around the city faster and forward. That might be because of the fact of the matter that I usually got confused and went back to the same side of the city I came from, and I kind of wandered around aimlessly. But that was actually a big thing of what we did last time, was we went to a lot of shops and learned what shops did. Yeah. We spent a lot of Daggerfall parts not knowing what anything did, and so we kind of had to finally figure out what things did. We learned how to buy stuff! That was very, very important. And with that, we managed to find a freaking amazing sword, a Misrule Daikatana. We would have had an ebony, but we were lost it. We sadly lost the ability to get it, because at the time I did not have the money to get it. Since then, I still don't have the money to get it, but I have more money. And another good thing is that we boosted up my personality to ridiculous amounts, because I found a random bracer that boosted my personality to pretty much a random value. It seems to bounce around, but I've seen it jump as high as 98. And we only have it at like 50 or so. We really have like the default. I really didn't touch it at all. So that's pretty amazing. This makes it more amazing than any amulet or anything in Arena. Though the one scary thing about it here is that it varies. That could be good or bad, but there is a way to control it, and that's by basically putting it back in the inventory and putting it back. And the good news is it's in the magic items panel, so nothing else is really in there. So yeah, it makes it more manageable than most other places. And that's pretty good. Because a lot of this game isn't manageable. So having something like that was very, very welcome. And yeah, the fact of the matter that we're able to wear 2 of every different type of thing, so not just like 1 thing, but 2 things, makes it more important as well. So yeah, it seems like jewelry is being like more generous to us. That isn't really a negative or a pro, because Arena we work pretty well, fine with the system. But more generosity is always good. I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna complain about it. That's actually one thing I do have to say about Daggerfall in comparison to Arena. Arena was brutal in terms of like how long it took to really level your stuff in comparison to Daggerfall. Like, we haven't gained many levels in Daggerfall, mainly because I've been wandering around aimlessly and don't know what I'm doing half the time. But when I do level, I mean, we've already maxed out our strength, and I'm level 8. I've already maxed out my strength at level 8. We're working our agility. I'm already in the 80s on agility. That is freaking amazing. That's a goal that I was trying to do in Elder Scrolls Arena, and I couldn't do by level 20. I don't think I was able to max out 2 things in Elder Scrolls Arena at all. And strength took a while. So, yeah, we are kind of flying when it comes to, like, boosting up our stats a lot better. Like I said, I'm probably not going to care too much about endurance. I probably will prioritize willpower, because if we have to face off against more leeches and other scary things like that, it would be nice not to die so quickly, especially since I specifically gave Ricky a weakness to magic. Probably not the smartest of ideas, but I want to kind of keep it consistent with Arena. And kind of make it like that was his backstory, was that he had some weakness to magic. So yeah, it kind of is like, we did that, and now it's going to kind of bite us in the butt, because it's going to be an extra little challenge in there that is potentially pretty brutal. But one other thing that I've noticed about Arena, in comparison to Daggerfall, Daggerfall has a lot less magic-based enemies, at least so far. I think Arena had a lot of melee-based enemies at lower levels too, though. That was when you had the lizard men, the orcs, the skeletons, the ghouls. That was when you had a lot of the variety of stuff that was all melee-based. So it might be that Daggerfall is following that system where it's going to start out with melee stuff. At some point, it's going to give me high-level magic-based things that shoot powerful spells at me and instant one-shot me, just like Arena kind of did. It kind of really shot up when we started seeing homunculi, and by the time we got to, like, stone golems, it got really painful. So, yeah. That might just be because of where we are in the game. You have to remember, we're still pretty early in the game, relatively. Like I said, I'm not sure how many levels there are in Daggerfall, if we're going to be able to keep going and going and going. But if you compare it to, say, like, Arena, and say there's, like, 20 levels. Well, we are at level 8, and level 8 was still pretty early in the game. You get those early levels very, very quickly. So, I think, like, level 8 would probably be, like, Fortress of Ice relative? Something like that. So, we're a little bit into the game, but not really that much. And we are already having a lot more power. Like I said, we saw an Ebi Daikatana, which also goes to show another important thing. Everything in this game is bloody randomized. Like, even more than Arena. I thought it would kind of be the opposite. I thought it would be, like, seeded, and then everything would stay consistent. But I'm not seeing that, no. Daggerfall, we saw respawning enemies. When we left the dungeon, came back, everything respawned. And they were totally different than they were before. And now we have, like, every time we go to a shop menu, it's totally different. We could go to one shop, like, a bunch of different times, and it'd be totally different every single time. So, yeah. I don't really think randomness is something that Arena had more than Daggerfall. I think it's exactly the opposite. I think Daggerfall kind of went even more insane on the random factor. And as for quests, yeah, it definitely is the same idea where it added a bunch of different random quests and whatnot, but I'm not exactly a fan of it because there's still the lacking of, like, a story, a point to it. It's all just random generation, but really no real focus or goals to it yet. There's really no real intrigue to it that really gets me. Like I said, the fact of the matter that there's really, like, a lack of, I don't know what I'm doing here, kind of makes it so it kind of just doesn't matter yet. Like in Morrowind or so, there's a plot going on, and even if it's not, you do side quests, and those side quests, they have plots. Here it just feels like a bunch of disconnected stuff, and I don't even know if I'm doing main quest stuff or what. But it's all over the place, and nothing feels meaningful at the same time. And I guess you could say that's good in some atmospheres. Yes, it feels like you're like you're in this massive world and all that, but at the same time, it just feels disinterested. At the same time, because then there's a lot less to it. And yeah, that's another big thing to mention. So, Arena versus Daggerfall, I still say in favor of Arena, mainly because it's a lot less frustrating, the line mechanics. Now, Daggerfall does have some nice things now that we're playing a bit more into it. We're seeing, like, horses. That could be somewhat useful, but as I even argued last time, this really isn't that important because we mostly are focused on dungeon exploration. Daggerfall, like its sequel Arena, is focused on dungeon exploration. That is the point of the game. There's a bit more town exploration because there's a bunch of stuff in the town. But generally speaking, we are going to dungeons, and really the town is just made to kind of push us to the dungeons. It feels a lot less overworld oriented than something like Morrowind, where you spend a lot of time in the overworld and dive into dungeons. So there really was like a massive transition, I feel, in the Elder Scrolls series with that focus. I feel there was a massive transition with a lot of things. Like I said, the whole focus of adding third person to it. A lot of different weird things happened between Daggerfall and Morrowind that made it very, very different of a series. The whole modding community, like Daggerfall has mods. I'm not ignorant to the fact that Daggerfall has mods out there, but from what I'm seeing, either Daggerfall's community is pretty dead, or something like that, because Daggerfall, they say, had somewhat of a modding community, if they could, be believed. Because at one time I assumed they were files online, but then they kind of get disappeared because of old age and all that. But, like I said, honestly, it's a lot like Arena. It just wasn't really designed for modability in mind. So it probably was very, very similar to Arena, and the fact that, it just wasn't really mod too much. It's mod more, because actually people like Daggerfall. And there was some mods out there for the game. There's like a handful that are still around. But it's like, there's just not that many. I could count as like 20 mods or something like that, I would say. Compared to like Morrowind and Further's games, thousands of mods that some of the most modded games in history. It's really a drastic difference, and you can really see that the Elder Scrolls series, when it got really its mass popularity, probably aligns with the modability of the series. Now, granted, some of that is adult mods and that type of thing. For some reason, it seems that, usually when it comes to, like, Elder Scrolls and that type of thing in general, that's where it kind of leans sometimes towards. But you have also a lot of popularity for other things in there. I've seen some, like, I remember seeing, like, as a child or so, some, like, gore stuff or something like that. There was different things. So, like, hanging meat hooks or something. I remember seeing something for, like, I believe maybe it was Oblivion? Something like that. I really don't remember. It was a very obscure thing, and I never played the game, so I didn't really pay much attention to it. So, yeah. One day I'm actually curious just how powerful the mind capabilities for these games can be, and really look into that type of stuff. But alas, that is in the future, and we are here. We are playing Daggerfall. And Daggerfall has a lot of stuff. It could be an infinite game, but like I said, the problem is that a lot of it just doesn't offer much because it's all randomized. And that, in a way, makes it less investing. And then we also have books. But the problem with books is, one, they think to doing a playthrough series like this because I have to sit here and read it. That takes a lot of time away from it. I already waste a lot of time with these black screen intros and all that. Do you really want me to waste a bunch more time by reading a book? Okay, I just did this long intro. Now let's get into the game. Oh, I found a book. Let's read this. Oh, it's 29 pages. Let's read the entire thing. Yeah, it just would cut away from a lot of time of what we're doing. And you can see that in the episodes I end up blundering across books because I do like to read the books that we come across. But as for going to the bookstores and buying books, I really don't want to do that. I just, maybe at the end of the game, after we've done everything else, maybe I'll be willing to look into some of those books. We'll see exactly what's around and check out maybe some of them. I really don't think I'm going to do like a complete thing at all. But yeah, it just really is like I can't get into it. The problem with RPG lore and RPG books in general is the fact of the matter that they're so overworldish. They're so focused on the general world because where it's for in this massive area, and sometimes focused on areas that we can't even explore because it's focused on the mass world. Um, this is very different from something like Thief or another game where I actually like reading the books a lot. If you're talking about Thief, I am very, very passionate about reading all the books in there. Unreal or something like that, I'd gladly read everything. Why? Because the fact of the matter that's so focalized on the one area, and it adds to the experience of the area you're in. It basically enhances what you're doing at the time. The difference between this and like any of the Elder Scrolls games, especially Daggerfall, because of how randomly generated it is that these books don't really add to the experience of the area you're in. It's more trying to add to the whole world. And yeah, it just you have to know like a lot about the world to really even get into them to begin with. And yeah, it just really is something for people who really get into it to really understand. And overall, it's just boring for me. So therefore, I don't think I'm going to bother with it too much. So I apologize if you want something like that. There's probably lots of. I believe it's like people who read all the Elder Scrolls books on there, so I don't think you're missing much. But yeah, if we don't come across it in our dungeon exploration, I really don't think it's that necessary. I might bother more if we do like Morrowind and later, because I actually would not mind the interface and all that stuff. But in Daggerfall, the problem is I just don't like the mechanics of the game to the point that it's frustrating. It's annoying to why do I want to sit here and deal with it even longer? So yeah. Okay, let's actually get to the game. I've been talking for 17 minutes or so. Did I even hear sound? Okay, there's sound. Let's listen to the music of people plodding along. You have a room at the Dancing Fawn! We don't care about that. But yeah. Let me actually switch over so you can see Daggerfall. There's Daggerfall! Okay, so mainly what we did was, like I said, we bought stuff, we found some amazing enchanted gear, and we did some random quests, and I don't know if we did anything important at all. I really am lost at this point. But we kind of got some progression of our character, built up ourselves a lot more than when we started, and so we're moving forward. And the most important thing we should probably do right now is, look here, Black Sword of Death. Is we want to go to, our inventory, where we have these parchments that I have yet to really bother with much. We have them, we've read them, but they're just kind of there. Let's see, what did the two ones say? So that's Lysandus, and this is about the letter, right? That's Wayrest, this is Sentinel. And if I look at my journal, Wayrest and Sentinel. Okie dokie. So, if I look at my inventory, the one closest to the top is in Sentinel. So let's go there. Let's go to Castle Sentinel. Figure out what's there. Deal with this spooky ghost guy, because he's been screaming at me about vengeance, and I'd like to actually deal with him. Definitely smart to go after that. Sentinel! Okay, Castle Sentinel. Only one problem, there is no Sentinel. Oh! We're gonna have to go all the way over here just to get to one of them. These are like capital cities of their locations. Sentinel's way down here. Oh my god. Yeah, it's way to the south. I think I want to go to Wayrest just because it's closer. Like, my god, we have to go halfway across the world. You gotta be kidding me, right? Okay, so let's go halfway across the world to get to Sentinel. Well, Wayrest. It's near the Wrothgarian Mountains. So let's see here, Wayrest. Yes, I do want to travel to Wayrest. Only takes 47 days. And now it's nighttime. Okay, Ricky has learned the amazing skill of climbing up walls. So, Ricky, prove to me you can do it. There we are. See, we're getting better at climbing, though it's still a clunky system. Alright, I didn't actually fall a billion times that time around. Now, see, this looks exactly like Daggerfall. How can you tell the difference between everything? There's a bunch of copy-paste stuff. See, the fun part is getting down. Okay, let's head this way because it looks like there's something over here where I can, like, try and jump to it. This will probably not work well at all, but... Whee! Oh my god, what's going on? Oh my god! What was that? What was that? I just flew! I just flew over half the city. Wow! So much for an easy jump! My god! I just wanted to go to the tavern across the street! Now I'm lost in the middle of the city! Why, game? Why do you hate me so? Okie dokie, what does this say? Wayrest! Wayrest! Yes! We know we're in Wayrest. This is good. We know where we are! Actually, I want to make sure that I can see myself. Because that would be bad. I don't want it to be ended up with Ruckus rambling here. And that being it. Hooray! We found a random wall area! Taverns! Rums! Beer! Drunk people! And jester women! Gotta love these taverns. Yeah, rum for one night? Sure. 4 gold pieces, that's a brilliant. How do I rest? Let's heal! That sounds like a good idea. Watch as this goes horribly wrong. At least Daggerfall has more music than Arena. Oh my god, it's a bear! Run! There's a bear! There's a bear in your tavern, people! Actually, the scary thing is I feel like this is Daggerfall all over again. Hello? I feel like I'm lost. You guys look like you're from Daggerfall. How am I still in Daggerfall? I'm scared. Please somebody help me. A stalwart young woman wearing the livery of Daggerfall presents you with a letter. Turning sharply, she mounts her horse and rides away. Oh, brilliant. We got a letter from Daggerfall. That's what we need right now. We're lost in the middle of Sentinel. Let's get a letter from Daggerfall. Oh, I got a recipe for this shock. Like, that's useful. Let's put this on my wagon, because I'm not going to use this anytime soon. Here, have a candle. And I'll put my potions on there, too. Just because we have a lot of useless potions there in my way. Okay, so this one is the Lysandus. Dear Ricky, the Anointed Champion, I need your assistance once more. Your valor and indiscretion were invaluable when you last heard me in my matter with Helfolga. Please meet me at Castle Daggerfall when you next pass through. Abaki, Queen of Daggerfall. Oh, so maybe it was something to do with the main quest. Because that sounds important. That sounds important. We did something. She wishes me to return. I did something somehow. Okay. Yay. Okay, so we got a shop to check out. Because maybe this shop will have the random loincloth I've been looking for. Yes. This is obviously what I came here for. I traveled halfway across the world to buy a loincloth. That's something Ricky would do. And a skirt. Can't have a loincloth without a skirt. People will look at you funny. They definitely won't look at you funny if you're wearing a skirt. But they'll look at you funny if you're lacking the skirt with the loincloth. Oh look, a cat suit. A Khajiit suit? We have a freaking Khajiit suit! Oh, now that... Really? We have a freaking Khajiit suit? And a Khajiit suit would be the most pointless thing ever. Seriously, I wouldn't even know I was wearing it. Okay, also I see this pawn shop right over here, so I want to check it out because pawn shops are good for stuff. They usually give me good valuable stuff in here. Like black pants. But yeah. So far the best thing of course has been that one in Daggerfall, but we can always try. Just have to keep being desperate. And eventually, they'll pity me enough that they'll give me a Daikatana, won't they? That's how it works. The game pities me and it gives me a Daikatana. That's gotta be how Arena did it, right? You know, maybe I should actually try and figure out what the palace is. Because right now I'm totally lost again. Which is no surprise. Where's Castle Wayrest? Go northeast, sure. Okay, northeast we go into the empty, barren world. Filled with wells and roots. This totally is not Daggerfall. You can tell this definitely isn't the town of Daggerfall. It obviously has its own distinct things. Such as, this tavern. And this flower. See all the stuff you couldn't see in Daggerfall? I'm glad we came here. We found a wagon wheel as well. We are going up in the world apparently. We went from a place that had no wagon wheels to a place with a single wagon wheel. That's one more wagon wheel in your town than the previous one. I feel this is improvement somehow. We found another general store. My life is complete. This is a house. Maybe because the general store is here. Okay. I found the door to get out. It's always good to know when you're in a store. The quickest way to get out. Your stuff is junk. I swear, why on every shelf do you have a horse? Do you just really like horses? Yeah, we have horses, we stock them on all our shelves. How do you even fit a horse on a shelf? Dude, how do you fit your horses on your shelves? Are they like micro horses? They like grow to like giant sizes suddenly? Are they like little like tiny clown cars or something with that kind of... Oh look, berries! We found berries! Daggerfall didn't have berries. This place has lots of plants. Wayrest, land of the plants, and park benches. We seem to have blundered into the middle of a park. Yeah. Ricky is now lost in a central park. He's doomed. He has found nature. And just like Arena, he should have to try and figure his way out of it by wandering aimlessly. Well, this is pointless. We have found a lake. That's better, right? Not really sure, but we're finding parks and lakes. This is stuff that wasn't in Daggerfall. Okay. Where is the palace? I seem to be missing a gigantic structure that looks like a palace. South. Well, we've been walking in the wrong direction for a while. Okie dokie, I assume it's a giant freaking purple structure there. We just climb the wall. Can we climb the wall? Yes, we can. Oh boy, we are now stuck in the middle of a wall in the middle of a hedge maze. This is a brilliant idea. Sometimes I have the most brilliant of ideas, people. I'm trapped in the middle of a hedge maze. Yeah! Okay, I don't want to mess with the hedge maze anymore. Get me out of here. Okie dokie, we found our way to this giant freaking structure. That's probably what we're looking for. Yo, why were we using the horse? This explains a lot. We could have been using the horse. We have a freaking horse. Don't mess with me. I have horses. They bite people. They randomly like to bite people. I found a house! It looks like a freaking real house. Oh my god, this is a mansion. Let's explore it! Yes! Epic! This is definitely not a dungeon! With random banners everywhere. You are a kid with a sword. Oh my god, it's the people from the previous one! The battle mages. Hi! You guys look trustworthy. Let's see here. Crazy sorcerer dude? Who am I supposed to be talking with? Who am I even supposed to be talking with? I have a letter, but I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with it. No, inventory. Wait, I broke my magic? I broke it. I broke my magic! There were enemies nearby! I broke my magic! No! How do I fix my magic? So, we just made no progress. Also, they didn't say to, like, not do anything. They didn't tell me any rules. I lost my ability to be awesome. I hate my life. I'm no longer awesome. I'm not wearing pants for some reason. Game? Where's my magic item? No. 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 Where's my magic item? Where's my magic item? Nobody run to assist you. Where's my magic item? Somebody in here stole my magic item. I'm gonna murder everyone in this place until I find it. Cute kid with a... Cute kid, I'm gonna murder you. I wanna murder you. Hi. Where is my magical thing? I had a magical thing when I came in here, but you guys had to steal it from me. I had it. I removed it, and I broke it, somehow. How is that possible? Seriously, what happened here? So like a number of charges or something? I don't... Condition, useless. Yes! I have a useless bracer. I see. I didn't know there was conditions on these things. So how do you repair things? Let's go back and try and figure out how to repair this stuff. Please tell me there's a way to repair it all. Please, I wish to repair my... When did I get a room at the Dead Gnome? How do I repair my magical stuff? I guess at the Mages Guild? I heard the, Ricky the Annoying Champion. I'd help you if I could. Good. Of course, I'm really getting annoyed that everyone's calling me annoying. But, that's not surprising with the whole way that everything's plodding along here. You know... I would like to get somewhere in this game. Like, you know... to wherever we're supposed to be going. I'd like to actually feel like we made some progress in this game for once. Not wonder what exactly we're even doing. I found a wall. It doesn't want to let me up. Oh, there we are. I'm over the wall. Now, where's the Mages Guild? There. We strike at dawn. We'll make them bleed. It seems like the Mages Guild's the furthest away. Yay! We have a long walk to go. Yo, why don't we actually get the horse out? I remembered the horse this time around, people. It just took me a while. And lots of randomness. Where are we going? Horses! I heard other horses. I must go find them and communicate with them in horse language. That will definitely get me forward. Okie dokie, this way we go, because it's always on the southeast corner for some reason. For some reason, this place seems very, very similar to the other one. Like, too similar. This lock has nothing to fear from you! Listen! I made my way all the way here! I want to get in! What time is it, actually? 10 in the morning. And you're not open? Let's loiter for 3 hours. It's a brilliant idea. Ricky has decided to stand outside of a shop for 3 hours. Yay! Elder Scrolls Arena music! This feels nostalgic. Even though I just played this a little bit ago. It's like I'm going back in time! I don't have time for your type. Now I've lost my ability to be awesome to people! I want to be awesome again. I want to be loved by you guys. How do I repair my stuff? There was a place somewhere in this massive world I could repair my stuff. Where was it? Was it at the Armorer, maybe? Okay, let's go to the Armorer. Because, yeah, these guys don't offer their services. Okay, where exactly is the Armorer? He might fix it, hopefully. Let's go east. And watch as he can't repair my thing at all. But, I'm kind of desperate at the moment, people. I want to be awesome looking. I want people to love me, okay? I've learned that my personality cannot be bought. It has to be through a magical freaking ring. And I don't think we did anything with it. Like, I'd really like it if we had the freaking amazing sword that we found in the meantime. Which we kind of got one in the mithril, but I really want ebony. I want ebony. Repair item. Yes. Repair this ring. I demand it of you. Repair it. Wait, where did my ring go? It's there. Repair it. You cannot repair magic items. Wait, what? You cannot repair magic items? I hate you, game. I hate you. I could repair them in arena. No. And why am I not wearing 8 pants again? Why, Ricky? Why do you insist on being a nudist? Why? Poor me. This is torture. Where am I? What town am I in? I just got a message now. I don't know where I am at. Help me. I don't know what I'm doing. Help me. Help. Help. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel bad. I'm terrified. Okay, maybe it's help me. I kind of need to get back to the Mages Guild area. We need to waste more time by riding my horse back. So we learned something. We're going to lose our magic ability. All because I can't actually repair magic. You know, that would have been nice to know, game. But no, you couldn't have told me. No, surprise! Your magic items will eventually die! Well, what's the point of even having them then? If I can't repair them, then I'm not building myself up in this world. Then what's the point of even acquiring them? I just feel like I wasted a bunch of time getting stuff for no reason. So they're like little boosts to kind of get in your inspiration. But they're definitely nothing to ever, like, work for. Because you lose them. Why couldn't I have lost my Dragonish ability? I don't even know what that does. At least not to the extent that's actually, you know, usable. But no! Had to waste my personality. Had to keep flicking on and off, thinking, let's optimize my ability and I'll be freaking rich! Now look at me. I have realized the terribleness of Daggerfall again. They had to cheer me up and then bring me down. Bloody game. One thing you could have done right, and you made me tortured with it. Why, game? Okay, I want stuff. Okay, so who am I supposed to be talking to anyway? That was a whole pointless excursion. But I need to kind of know who I'm talking to. That's Abuki. Sentinel. Prince Lotan. Okay, who's the prince here? Who's the prince? You look really weird. Where's the prince? Are you the prince or the little drummer boy? He's laughing at me! Pretty lady with evil red eyes. This looks trustworthy. You're trying to track down that letter of the Emperor's, yes. There are very few scandals in the Bay, of which I am totally ignorant. I thought I was supposed to talk to the prince. I could give you some information, but nothing is without a price. That I know well. I need a champion who does fear the fire of oblivion. Fear the fire of oblivion? Wait, why do you want someone who fears something? Are you interested? By the frozen waste, this is a relief to me. Do not ask any questions. Get this letter to a certain high-level sorcerer at the Necromancer's Crypt. Scorch Barrow on the Dragontail Mountains. Avoid the rift. If you see it, you have gone too far. What's the rift? Oh god. They will not be expecting you and will not wait for any introductions. The Necromancers feel that death is a reward for the living, not a punishment. Once you have delivered the letter, they would feel no need to guarantee your safety. Is there a way? I need the letter delivered and a response from the King of Worms in my hand 1 month from now at the absolute latest. The risks are very high, Ricky. Please do not fail. Die! Die! You're not wearing pants! You're not wearing pants! All you people here are not wearing pants! I don't approve of all you people! Why aren't you wearing pants here? I'm God! This is why you should never trust me in your palace. I shall murder everybody. So I'm assuming this is like the main way of the quest. So I'm kind of confused because I thought it would be, like, this seems to be the important thing for the letter, but I thought I'd be talking to the prince. Okay. The lesson here is the prince is totally unimportant. We're talking to the evil woman with the red eyes. That's totally sane. Ricky has a good choice. He talks to pretty ladies. Okay, so we need to go to the Dragontail Mountains. This is not stupid at all. We're going to go there, and we're going to go to Scorch Barrow, wherever that is. Scorch Barrow. Sure, let's go there. I have no idea where I am, but it looks like we're gonna die. Hello? Necromancers? I wish to talk with you. And by talk I mean murder every one of you and give you death as a reward. Because death is a reward to you guys. That's what you said? Let's see what deadly necromancers there are. We're doomed. Tombs! Tombs everywhere! What is going on? Why is there a bunch of random tombs everywhere? I don't like this place at all! This is terrible, people! We have a lot of corpses! And by corpses, I mean nothing, of course. Oh look, a hole in the ground. How totally convenient. Other holes in the ground, brilliant. Now for a stupid question of how exactly will we get back? Game? You kind of forget to tell me how exactly I get back. Like, there's no way if I drop down there that I'm getting out of here. Like, no way. Unless I'm climbing the edges or so. Okay, when they'll drop into the pit. Ricky will drop into a random tomb. I found mummies! Die! Apparently the living dead are consisting of mummies. Each one of them having an awesome amount of loot. Also, we have a problem. I kind of fell down a hole and now I'm lost. Like, I don't think I can get back the way I came. This is a problem! This is a minor problem! Like, we might be stuck in here. But for the time being, I'm not gonna concern myself with that. Just the fact of the matter that we have mummies everywhere. Okay, I just equipped something terrible. But luckily I have this. Why do I feel something's trying to shoot at me? And if so, where is this thing? This doesn't sound good. There's something around here. And it's trying to shoot at me. And it just seems nearly unsuccessful. But yeah, there's no way back up that way. We are doomed. Just pits down constantly. It's like we just went down the pit. Here's another pit. Oh great, I fell into a random pit in the ground. And now I'm totally doomed! This is a great idea. We do again. Ricky has found his way into a hole in the ground. The lesson is, do not wander into holes in the ground because they may... I'm hearing evil skeletons, but as for a way out of there, I'm not really sure. I feel like we accomplished anything. And I don't even know how I'm supposed to get back out. Seriously, game, when you design it like this, how am I supposed to get back out of here? And, what's the green lightning coming from? I feel like these mysteries are connected. Spam every wall in this place, is you gotta figure it out. There's gotta be some mystery here I'm missing, right? Did I say I hate Daggerfall dungeons? Because I think it's getting more and more apparent. Like, how am I supposed to get out of here, game? Game. Work at me. There's nothing here. So, I just jumped down a pit into finding nothing. Dropping down that pit will just basically kill me. Seriously, I still don't know how I'm supposed to get back after I dropped down into the pit to begin with. I kinda don't know this one. I feel it's kinda important. Like, very important to know. Which way was the way I just went? I hate this game. And these things are just not doing any favors. Oh great, I'm stuck. Mummies! Okay. There are mummies that way. And this way, there are not mummies. So we went the way with mummies. Okay. So, way with mummies has lots of loot, but also lots of death. As in, we have no way out. This game hates me. Okay, drop into the random pit in the ground. With no way back. Well, I think we could actually climb that, couldn't we? We could climb out of this, I believe. I just want to prove this to myself to make sure we can get out of here. Yeah, we can. Okay, so we have a way out. Now it's time to wander aimlessly in this dungeon and find out exactly where we're going. Hello? I'd like to complain. You have a lot of living dead around here. Stay away from little children! Bad monster! You don't touch little children! You eat little children! There's a difference! I'm concerned because this looks like a lot of ways to go. And we need to heal up, like, a lot. Okie dokie, where am I going? Why not this way? It looks like a totally viable way. Complete with a random cave system. And bears! Because when I want to play a level, I just add bears. I'm totally lost right now. Maybe if we just keep wandering aimlessly, we'll hopefully find something that we can communicate with. Then we'll just die to our daggers. Also, why did the necromancers have a bear? Necromancers apparently have fascinations with bears and skeletons. Ah! I knocked you into space! Now you shall scream at me through oblivion. What are you? You're a vampire! We found vampires! Die! I can hit the vampire. Ooh, that's some money off one vampire. So, one of the toughest enemies in Arena has been negated to that. Either that or we really have gotten a lot more powerful since Arena. Hooray! We got a random statue! My exploration has paid off! We've got a statue. This is the highlight of my quest! We could have gotten anything in the world, I got a statue. And ghost dude screaming at me. Totally worth it. Okie dokie, back to the cave system we go, because we did absolutely nothing. Like, seriously. We didn't do a single thing. Let's go this way. Lots of random bats. Let's murder them all. Die. I'm getting much better at hidden things. Where does all this lead? Where am I even going? It's a spider! And I'm paralyzed. I'm doomed. I see a spider. I'd like to not be paralyzed, game. Could you, like, unparalyze me? I see a spider. I'd like to do something. Like, save myself. I love that it's like, it was blinking just to tell me, it's almost over! Yes, just a little bit more! Just a little bit more! Just keep waiting! Just keep waiting! Don't worry! You're not gonna die too much! Stop screaming at me! I tried to kill you, but you fell into the walls! It's not my fault that this game is so glitchy! Seriously! Why is everything so glitchy here? Okay, time to murder a bunch of bats again. On guard! Look how fast I'm killing things compared to earlier. Earlier I couldn't kill things this fast. Now I'm actually able to hit bats like crazy. Look at me and my bat hitting abilities. This is the best I'll ever get in the game. It's just that massacre of bats. And we even took revenge on a spider. Yeah! See what amazing things we could do in this game? I want to save here. Run away! There's bears on the walls. Okay, it seems like we're going down somewhere. I'm totally lost at this point, people. I found the lock! Hi! Where are we? This place doesn't look promising. I think we found what we're looking for. Like, okay. Hi! It's a vampire ancient, whoever that is. And random priest dudes. Oh yeah, and dancers. Living dead dancers, that's all we needed. Ancient Leech! Wait, Ancient Leech? Oh boy, there's Ancient Leeches too. Well, that doesn't sound promising. Please tell me this stuff doesn't actually, like, attack me after I do this. Something tells me the deal's getting worse all the time. Hi there. You probably want to kill me, don't you? This looks like the place, though. Very good. If you're not rewarded with death by the loyal servants of the Barrow, give this note to Princess Morgia, please. Actually, you know what? Before we actually drop that off, I actually want to see what this letter even says. You know, it probably is very important to actually read the notes. Since we are kind of delivering letters, we probably should actually read what the letter's saying. It's probably saying, death and pestilence will come upon the world, it will kill us all, we're dooming humanity. You know, the usual. King of Worms, I agree to your terms. I give you my first, and you will exert your influence on the King of Firsthold on Somerset Isle. Only you can let him speak with his dead son. For that, he would even marry no Volga. So yeah, apparently she's using his dead son as advantage. Okay. What's his response? Let's read his response. Princess, done. King of Worms. Well, this was a quick dungeon. I was not expecting this quick of a journey. I'm amazed. We actually did something in pretty relatively decent time. What's this way? What is this way? A random night blade. Just because there's more random junk out here and I want to kind of gather some stuff because we don't even have a full inventory set yet. And I want more treasure. And if this is just a little side optional area, if it gets really big, I'm going to go back, but so far it's pretty linear. And here's the dead end. So wait, did I just actually... You know what? There was that massive area at the beginning that was like all these different routes. And we each managed to choose the right one. How is that possible? We could have chosen any of these routes to be wrong, but we chose the right one. Okay, go me! We have done something I never thought I would do. Found my way pretty quickly to the dungeon. Okie dokie, let's head back. And, no, this is the wrong way. This is the way with the spider. I don't want to go up, I want to go across. There's another route somewhere. Here it is. And you follow this way up, past lots of corpses. You can see lots of pretty corpses and lots of candles. And we head this way. Back to land of where I've been. And the way back, I believe it's through here. Maybe. I hope so. Like at this point I'm totally lost. Let's see here. This might or might not be it. Might be totally mistaken. Look at my amazing ability of remembering stuff. We could get through this dungeon in record time, actually. But, while we're here, let's go check out the other corners. Just see what other stuff there is, that way we can get some more loots. After all, we rush this stuff too fast, we don't level, really. And I'd rather level a little bit more. Nothing in here for treasure. At least now I know exactly kind of where the way back is. And that's really all we need to worry about. I'm looking for, like, more deadly things. That'll give me lots of loot. Well, this was a completely pointless excursion. I rail ripped off game. There's nothing down here. This was a completely boring trip. You could have at least given me some treasure or something. Something to make me feel like I just didn't waste my time. Okay, so that's this. Let's go to the next door. And the next door in the sequence leads to... a zombie! Aha! I could use a zombie because he could give me loot. All this loot will eventually be useful so that way I can put my first payment on a house without having to go through a mortgage. Yes! This is the ultimate goal of the game. To not have to pay a mortgage on the house. What interesting goals we have in Daggerfall. But yeah, this is another completely pointless way. And this land of completely pointlessness. Seriously, it feels like most of these ways don't have much to them. Like, I was expecting a massive dungeon. Oh, look, a ghost! I think we found something! At least that was a real combat. You don't see rights all the time. I found the secret door. Ooh! My eyesight has spotted a secret door. That leads to treasure. And by treasure, I mean ghosts. Like the really weird spooky type that will arrest me. Man, this game's just gonna start skipping me on all this treasure, aren't they? Look at that, that was completely pointless. I also got some random spell on me from a ghost, which actually gave me magic, somehow. Actually, no, that's exactly what it did. It's like the ghost from Daggerfall. It sucked away my mana that I don't use. But it's there. It sucks away your mana. We're totally doomed, you know. All that brilliant stuff. Vampire? Yes. It's a vampire. I want to kill it because it's a vampire. I could use a vampire. Look at that awesome amount of loot. And this is why we wandered around aimlessly, to find more vampires. Just look at that money supply. We found the vampire clan! Ow. We found a book! Oh dear God, what have we done? We could have been out of here! Here, have some shirts. 384 gold pieces and a book. Dear God, what have we gotten ourselves into? Okay, we have a book to read. Book we must read. Fool's Ebony, part the 5th? No! Why is there 5 parts to Fool's Ebony? Oh my God. So apparently there wasn't just 2 S's, so it wasn't just a thing. It was actually part of a series. We're going to need to find like Fool's Ebony part 1 through 4 now. I kind of need to see part 2 to actually like understand what exactly is going on. I didn't realize you're kind of reading in the middle of a book. Yeah! And how many parts is there in Fool's Ebony? That's kind of important. I hope 5 is the end. Yeah, this is... my God. The horrible play! We find out it's even longer! That's just the dumbest of gotta be glad they aren't here. Because we just found out we have a lot more to read. And like what I said before, I'm actually going to have to read them in town because I want to get rid of this book in particular. But I want to be able to read the other 4 parts. So what I'm going to have to do is go back to town, read Fool's Ebony part 1 through 4, if I can. Why do I feel this is the way... I think this is the way back. Okay, so I think we just did them all. Yep, so let's climb out here. That was easy. It's a shame we couldn't kill the other mummies, but... how it's designed and all. For a minute, I thought maybe mummies spawned in the main area. Okie dokie, we want to go back to Wayrest? Find Wayrest. And this is where we're going to, I guess, we spend some time. Would it be day or night when we get there? It'll be night, of course. Why would it be day? Why would it ever be day? Seriously, at some point, though, we gotta get better, like, skills. That's the thing, at least every level we're getting up is something that we're going to not be able to, do as horribly. Like, look at 56% agility for Longblade. Stealth is 46%, dodging. Running, 82%! We actually got running pretty up there. The way it looks, we're going to be done with running soon. And like in Morrowind, you don't really have to, like, use multipliers and all that craziness. Morrowind, there was a lot of multipliers when you leveled. So, you almost could power game using that. You know, you want to strategically use those as you could to make it easier. Here, you can't really do that, so we're not really going to care. But we need to get a room. Rest today. Especially since I have, like, no life right now. I'm wandering aimlessly in a massive freaking town. I see. Now I'm starting to get how the design of this place works. I need a horse. Give me a horse. We need to kind of get faster through this place. So this is 82% run speed. Why does it still feel unbearably slow? Oh, because the world's so freaking massive. Okie dokie, where are we going here? Tavern. I'm looking for a tavern. This looks like possibly a tavern. I can figure out. This is green. This is a tavern. I'm not sure if the Fool's Ebony books are actually at Ray. I hope not, because I kind of want to get that one back. So we might be reading a lot of books up and coming, people. I'm sorry to say it, but until I get it, I want to read a lot of books so that way we don't have to worry about them in the future. One day. 3 gold pieces, sure. Yeah, we need to rest because we're about to pass out. Look at my improved abilities. I'm able to run a lot better than when we started this. In fact, soon we won't have your running skills be improved over and over because we'll have matched that. It really doesn't seem to be getting much harder to level up, believe it or not. I mean, I assume that's because it's an easy thing like running. Where are we going? Here we are, outside. And arena music! I'm lost. Okay, first of all, we need to get around this place and figure out where the palace is. Where is... Yeah, this feels definitely like arena-ish, doesn't it? Where is Castle Wayrest? Southwest! Go that way! Let's get faster with horse. Something we could do in arena. This doesn't feel much faster. But I will go for a slight inch faster if it does. I really don't believe it does anything, but, you know. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. Unless he's a horse, of course, of course. In which case he's a horse, of course, and that's the fabulous Mr. Ed. Double timing footsteps! Gotta love that, right? This definitely sounds normal! Oh, we can break the sound just by having a lot of horse steps. Food! Horse, don't eat the vegetables! The king will kick me out of his city! And then I'll never get the money for a random vampire thing! I think we over-prepared for that, honestly. Like, if that was what we really needed to go for, that was really easy. I think we over-prepared. I guess it's always good to over-prepare than under-prepare, though. So I'm happy with that. You! Evil person! It's done! I'll be Queen of First Hold! Although I'm sure the engagement will be quite lengthy. Now, I promise you information about the Emperor's letter. The letter you seek is in the hands of Gortwerg, the warlord of the Orcs. He bought it from the Thieves' Guild of Daggerfall after one of their numbers stole it from Queen Ibuki. I confess I don't know why the Emperor sent it to Ibuki. The girl is innocent to a fault, and everyone knows that Gothrid is not the loyal Empire today that Lysandus was. Of course, my own family. Well, enough of this boring court gossip. If you really want to find this letter, you should get in good with Mirren Sarah, the former Queen of Daggerfall, and Queen Mother to Gothrid. Okay, who's Gothrid? I wouldn't directly approach her. Start with someone of lower station. Okay. And I also got this random thing here. Cloth amulet. Okay. I equipped a cloth amulet. I don't even know if it did anything. I don't even think it did anything. Like, it's not magical or anything. It's just there. She gave me a piece of cloth. Really? That was terrible. But yeah, okay, so we don't have to worry about this mysterious letter. You know, I would like it if they actually had told me, you know, the important part. Like, the important part of this quest whereby I should meet with this woman or something. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I would really like it if I wrote better notes at all. Or had a way to take notes. I should have a way to take notes. If I could do that, a lot of this would be forgivable. But this is really unnecessary. And now it's like, I don't even know where I'm supposed to be going. People. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing now. She said something about somebody. I'm assuming that's supposed to be the mother of Ibuki. I'm supposed to be doing somewhere lower station, so someone in Daggerfall Castle area? I guess? I really don't know. All I know is I finished the quest here. I could sell that one random letter, so that way that's one less letter in my person. But we have a problem, we have to kind of get to the bookstore. If we can find it.